Welcome to Pit Pass Live, presented by Honda. I'm IndyStar Motorsports insider Jim Ayello, and I'm standing here in Indianapolis Motor Speedway after a wild first day of qualifying. It was just a million storylines going on at once. The headline, of course, has to be Fernando Alonso and James Hinchcliffe failed to qualify for the locked-in spots 10 through 30. Those are two of the big hitters, two of the biggest names in the race, and they both had really tough days. Fernando Alonso, that car has not been up to speed all week. He was really frustrated. James Hinchcliffe crashed today. They got his backup car out in a remarkably quick amount of time, but he was not able to get that car up to speed either. Those guys, along with Kyle Kaiser, Pato O'Ward, and Max Chilton, as well as Sage Karam, will be fighting for the final three spots tomorrow. On the plus side, we had three guys from Ed Carpenter Racing, three from Team Penske, as well as three Honda drivers, all make the Fast Nine. So the fastest guy, I think he's still standing behind me. Oh, he was standing behind me just a second ago, was Spencer Pigot. He had a really good day. He's doing a rain dance because if they don't race tomorrow and try to qualify, he's going to be locked into the pole position. However, he's up there with his teammates Ed Jones, Ed Carpenter. Joining him are Joseph Newgarden, Simon Pagenaud, and Will Power. And then from the Honda guys, it's Alexander Rossi, Colton Herta, and Sebastian Bourdais. Those guys will be fighting for the Fast Nine tomorrow. It was just a wild day. J.R. Hildebrand bumped Alonso right at the last second. I think it's everything that IndyCar had hoped for when they started this two-day process for qualifying, and it was just a maddening day for a lot of people, including Fernando Alonso, who had this to say.
Compared to your last trip here, how much of a challenge has this been this week and a half, Fernando?
Well, I think in terms of the race, in terms of the preparation, is just the same, but I think the team was not, let's say, totally ready for the challenge. We've been slow in things, even when you see the Juncos racing, crashing yesterday and today being ready at 6 o'clock, it's impressive, for us. So we've been a little bit slow on everything.
How disappointing is that? I mean, that's happening to you guys after a lot of build-up to this race.
It is disappointed, but I guess it's more a question for McLaren.
Clearly, you could tell how frustrated Fernando Alonso was. He knew this wasn't going to be easy for himself or for McLaren, but he expected them to be ready for the challenge, to be up for that challenge, and they simply weren't. They're going to have to regroup and get ready for tomorrow. Coming up next, you're going to hear from some of the guys from the Fast Nine.
I knew we could probably make the Fast Nine if we did it perfect. I didn't think we were going to be fifth. I thought maybe 7th, 8th, 9th was more realistic. And, it kind of blew my mind. We trimmed it on that last run and just kind of went for it. And, the car was even a little better than it was on my first run.
Yeah, I feel great. Obviously, it's great to be on top of the speed charts. And also to have all three of our Ed Carpenter Racing cars in the Fast Nine for the second year in a row. Just a testament to all the work everyone does in the shop throughout the offseason and leading into this race. Chevrolet obviously has done a great job, as Ed said. And, we obviously have three really quick cars. So if we have to qualify again for starting positions tomorrow, that's cool. We love driving these cars on the edge, and that's what we get to do in qualifying at Indy. So, obviously, if I had to pick one way or the other, it'd be nice to just kind of relax and not have to go again and be on pole. But if we get to go again, I've got all the confidence in the world that we're going to be.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I think our first one was okay. Had a bit of an issue that we diagnosed and went a bit quicker to make sure we transferred to tomorrow. So good job to the whole team. And it's always a stressful day, and getting the turnaround done after a run and through tech and all that jazz. So the fact that we got to do 2 runs and even we're in line for a third is a testament to all the Napa Andretti boys. So, we'll get our best shot tomorrow if the weather's on our side.
Coming up next, you're going to hear from Colton Herta, who not only qualified 5th, but is actually a pretty good drummer.
There's actually quite a big scene for live music where I'm from. We'll throw house parties and get a few bands. There's probably 4 or 5 bands in Santa Clarita that are well known and play, and yeah, we could throw a party with them, and if we get a big enough house, on any given night you can get 100, 200 people, and so yeah, it ends up being pretty nice, and you charge a little bit at the door, and then you can make some money and put it into some new equipment and record better. We're definitely like a kind of new age garage alternative punk, but it's definitely nothing like Minor Threat or like the '80s hardcore punk. That's like my favorite type of music. So a snare roll is what a lot of traditional '80s punk sound is, with the hi-hat, which is like a tss, and then a snare, which everybody knows what a snare sounds like. And a snare roll is when you hit half full time and every other beat. So you'll go. And that's basically what punk music was found off of. It's hard to describe to people what going that fast feels like, because people say, oh, I went 100 on the freeway today, that's fast, but it's another 140 miles an hour faster that we go. So it's difficult to explain.
Welcome back to Pit Pass Live, presented by Honda. Join us again tomorrow, where we will have the second day of qualifying, bump day and pole day, assuming it doesn't rain, and then it's going to be a wild day trying to fit both those things in. So lots to talk about tomorrow. Hinchcliffe and Alonso on the bubble, trying to make it the Indianapolis 500. Should be a lot of fun. Join us again tomorrow.